Hello, guys. Today I'm just going to talk a little bit about Xanax addiction. I think that it's important to understand that Xanax addiction is something that is not necessarily a choice. And I want to just reassure anyone that has ever had to experience a Xanax addiction, and I would more prefer to call it a dependency because when you're hooked on Xanax, it is not as much, in my opinion, of just a mental addiction as it is as a physiological addiction. And what I mean by that is here's a given scenario of how Xanax can work. Someone has anxiety or panic disorder. All of a sudden you're over analyzing things. Maybe you're a security analyst, and so maybe you just have your heart pound out of your chest, okay? You're looking at alerts, you're looking at stuff, which, by the way, this does not happen to me. I am just giving an example. But let's say that you're just having a really bad day. You find out that your dog died, your cat died, and a whole bunch of other things are just going totally wrong, and you're just like, what is going on with my life? And so you're just like starting to feel your chest get tight all up in here. You're starting to feel kind of like pressure in your neck, maybe, and you're just starting to feel like your heart is pounding out of your chest, and you think, I'm gonna die. I don't know what the heck is going on. Maybe I need to go to the hospital. Oh my gosh, I have like a sense of I'm gonna die. I have impending doom. I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here. I need to get out of there. I can go outside. I need to get out of outside. How the hell do you get outside of outside? Boom. That's a mind problem. Anyway, Xanax helps to sedate your brain. So in a typical person, in a typical person's mind where you have extreme anxiety and panic, your mind starts running, it starts racing with thoughts, and now you are on like 0 to 60 and it's not slowing down. There's no brake pedal. So your mind is just 0 to 60, and that's not the speed limit in this car. The speed limit in this car is as fast as the damn car can go. Let's go. Bam! And so your mind is just like a Starlink rocket ship thing. I don't know what, if that makes sense. But so yeah, basically um basically your situation with Xanax use is going to look like this. You're going to get prescribed Xanax. You're going to say, here, take this once a day, take this twice a day, or they're going to maybe say, you're having issues sleeping at nighttime due to anxiety. You're waking up with night terrors due to anxiety and panic, and you're having panic attacks in the middle of the night, night terrors, and let's get you going on Xanax. When really you might just not be breathing well at night. Maybe you need a CPAP machine. There are so many there is so much misdiagnosing, and it's insane. It's crazy, honestly, that there is so much pill pushing and misdiagnosing that goes on. And you could have a lot of other things that are the root cause that just get overlooked forever. And all of a sudden you're living your life on pills and you're a zombie. Okay. So that sucks. But let me tell you something. The thing about Xanax is that when you start taking it, your body develops a tolerance. So you might take PRN, that's prescription as needed, to fall asleep at nighttime and not get woken up in the middle of the night with nightmares and night terrors because your brain is more sedated. It is at a sedative level to not have nightmares. That's pretty cool. Now, it sounds cool anyway, but if you start doing that every night because you have nightmares otherwise, then you are going to keep doing that and doing that and doing that. So you go from PRN Xanax to every night before I go to bed, I just sleep so well with Xanax, which is, by the way, actually not totally true because there is some sort of grogginess you will feel during the next morning. You might forget where your keys are after extended use. You might start forgetting just random stuff, and that's just not good. That's not a good quality of life. But anyway, let's say that you're on your PRN Xanax, but you're doing it every night, and then you start having your your doc that you see for mental problems start doing you like 30 tablets per month, which some will do. And so you start doing that, And don't get me wrong, I like that. I'm actually a big fan of that. At least I was at one point. It helped me get through some tough times in life, and so I don't regret it. It's a live and learn experience, and it did help me to overcome a period of time where my anxiety panic attacks were happening constantly. Thankfully, I don't have that anymore, but at one point I did. Anyway, let's get back on track here. You take Xanax every night, your body builds up a tolerance, it stops working. So your Xanax every night, you're starting to still wake up with nightmares. You're starting to still have shortness of breath when you wake up, and you're starting to now develop the side effects of withdrawal of Xanax. This is a tricky place because all benzodiazepines, they can do this to you. You start to have withdrawal symptoms as your body is used to being sedated, and it's no longer sedated because it binds to certain brain chemicals or brain receptors, maybe, I think, that essentially say calm. And so your body is no longer used to dealing with stress in your brain. It gets to a point of where it's used to having a lab-made anti-stress or more so sedation. Your brain gets programmed to know it should be sedated. And when it's no longer sedated, everything goes into like overdrive, and it's like, whoa, we have not been dealing with all this stress crap going on with the receptors, and now they're suddenly firing back normal, full speed ahead. And it's like your body's just not used to it. So you start to have chest tightness, you start to have chest pain, you start to have shortness of breath, you start to have all of those common anxiety symptoms. You might even have finger numbness, just because your breathing gets off, and maybe you're hyperventilating or you're not breathing enough, and it's more likely you're hyperventilating and you're not taking just normal, slow your breathing, right? In addition, you can have side effects way beyond what all I'm just talking about. There's so much to Xanax withdrawal, but also taking Xanax. So let's get this straight. On Xanax, you might start to have memory fogginess. You might start to have sexual side effects. You might start to have where did my keys go? I just set them down like 10 minutes ago. Where did they go? Like you might start having just stupid problems with Xanax or any benzos for that matter. And you might get to the point of your chest tightness starts coming on, and so you pop a Xanax. It's easy to do. You're just like, okay, I'm gonna go into a panic attack. Not worth it. You put your Xanax tab under the tongue. You let it dissolve there. It hits your bloodstream real quick. It goes in, and you're like, you're a zombie. Great, nice. No panic attack. Zombie mode. Really cool. Not really, but anyway, for someone that is having constant regular panic attacks to the point of like you feel like you need to go to the ER, that might actually be okay. Like it might be good to be a zombie for a few days or a month. The problem that you run into though is over that course of the month of taking that Xanax, your body, especially as you get to 2 months and 3 months, is going to get to a point to where you are so used to that Xanax that not taking it is going to be like jumping off a mental cliff. Your brain is going to start having that chest tightness regularly. If you cold turkey that, you might actually run the chance of having a seizure. Now, that's rough. So how do you get off Xanax? How do you quit Xanax? I'm not a doctor, and this is not professional advice, so consult a doctor. But how I got off Xanax is I started cutting my doses in half. Now, throughout that whole duration of cutting my doses in half, I was dealing with chest pain. I was dealing with shortness of breath. I was dealing with headaches. I was dealing with freaking out, having panic attacks, going in front of the mirror and just being like, "Damn, like I'm not okay," but I was okay. And so I literally was just cutting my doses in half. So if I was taking 3 times a day Xanax, like I would I would break that pill in half, and I would keep breaking that pill in half until I got down to the lowest dose of Xanax, and then I was even cutting that in half until I got down to like the lowest possible half dose. So I basically kept taking throughout the durations, right? But always halving my dose. And so I had to deal with that for like over a month. It was probably like 2 months of breaking my doses in half to get myself to a point of being normal. And even after then, I would still take the lowest dose or the lowest half a dose when I started to have a really severe panic attack going on. And so it was just really tough to detox Xanax because you really get like a physiological dependency due to the fact that the science of your brain chemistry is altered with the Xanax use in a way that your brain's no longer sedated and it's in hyperdrive, overdrive, if you will, for being susceptible, being vulnerable to extreme anxiety, extreme panic attacks, and it sucks. Quite honestly, it sucks. I would say that Xanax withdrawal and Xanax detox is not fun at all because you highly likely are going to have chest pain. You're highly likely going to have shortness of breath. You're highly likely going to just feel like hell and like you just want it to stop. Now, I encourage you to, if you have to go back to your regular doses, not to give up with the detox if you want to detox. And I recommend the idea of considering discussing with a doctor. Notice I'm not recommending you do detox, but I'm recommending you discuss with a doctor that is supportive of your withdrawal from Xanax and giving you the best or most appropriate advice that may be best for you and working through the process with you. So I'm just saying what I did. What I did to detox Xanax at one point when I was I was like 17 or 18, something along those lines. I was on like every day, 3 times a day Xanax, and it was nuts. It was like in the morning when I woke up, around lunchtime, before bed, and I just like my doses kept going to the next one and to the next one. Otherwise, it was like 4 pills a day, and it was just like, oh my gosh, like I do not recommend benzodiazepines if you don't need them. Now, keep in mind, when I was 17, I went through severe, extreme panic attack mode time and severe extreme anxiety. It was awful. It was a nightmare. I was living a nightmare. It was such crap. And I didn't like it at all. I honestly thought some days like I hate this. Like I hate the way this life is. I'm sick of it. And it was just a battle between, do I have panic attacks or am I a zombie? Which one do you want? Do you want to have panic attacks all day? Do you want to be a zombie all day? Where the hell is the happy medium here? There's not one. When you're on Xanax and when you're torn between being a Xanax life and being a zombie life, or I'm sorry, a Xanax zombie life and a panic attack, panic stricken, panic ridden, like just it tough decisions for sure. And so, and panic attacks are not just a state of mind. It's not just like snap out of it. It's all in your head. It's not all in your head. It literally, scientifically, it is in your head. There's chemicals. Our brain is one of the most powerful things, and there's a bunch of chemicals, and your brain has a whole bunch of blood running through it that allows for adrenaline to release and shoot all over inside your brain. It's all in your head. Bullshit. Blood pressure. Is that all in your head? No, that's in your whole blood circulation system. And I assure you that as soon as a panic attack starts setting in and you start hyperventilating and your adrenal glands start shooting adrenaline all over the place, so your heart starts pounding like bam, 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 your brain is just like in fight or flight mode. And you're just like thinking a shark is biting your neck. Not literally, but like your brain is programmed to think you're dying because of all of the amounts of chemicals in there. You have cortisol, you have adrenaline, you have a whole bunch of crap going on all in your body that is making you short of breath. It's causing you chest tightness, causing you chest pain. Am I dying? Oh no. Right. So that's what you're thinking. That's where you're going with. And it's not fun. It's not fun at all. So panic attacks suck. Anxiety sucks. Xanax, is it on the table as a med that works? It is. Does it also, over long-term use, potentially early onset Alzheimer's or early onset memory issues, memory problems? Well, in what I've found in medical journals, it does, and it's not good long term. So, what's the happy medium? Where do you find a balance in your life to not be a complete zombie, but not deal with panic attacks? I'm going to tell you the solution right now. Right now, I'm going to tell you the solution. Chamomile tea. Chamomile freaking tea, my man. That's what I'm talking about. Now, how does this work? If you are taking, by the way, I also used chamomile tea during my detox to have less of the symptoms because chamomile tea is an all natural sedative. It sedates you and it works in the brain. Not the same as benzodiazepines, not quite the same as Xanax, but it does work the brain in a way where it does sedate you. And I find it relaxes me and calms me down enough to have less anxiety and panic symptoms. So, you might be thinking, oh my gosh, this is BS, it's holistic healthcare, it's not going to work. Hell no, this stuff works really well, trust me. Now, I know some of you probably have been like, well, I've tried it, it didn't work. You're not doing enough tea bags. All right, try more tea bags, okay? At one point in time, when I was detoxing Xanax, I was doing like 4 tea bags of chamomile tea in the morning, and then like 3 tea bags during midday. Now check with a doctor because like some of this stuff could kill you. I don't know what the hell it could do. You know, maybe it just shoots a hole in your kidney or liver. I don't know what it does. All I know is it worked for me. It worked damn well. So brew yourself up, you know, get a huge, excuse me, excuse me, brew yourself up, you know, a, a Keurig thing of just hot water, like 10 ounces or more, and just put like 3 or 4 tea bags of chamomile tea in there. Maybe squeeze a little splash of lemon if you want, or orange flavor, you know, or lime, whatever you want. They all work. Just add some flavor to it so it's more fun instead of just the earthy chamomile flavor. So, you know, squeeze an orange in there, squeeze a lemon, a lime, just anything really. If you want to mix chamomile with peppermint, I like the mint flavor. The mint flavor just really hits me well. I enjoy it. If you want to maybe add a little bit of like raw honey, you know, you can do that to give it a little sweetening, more of a natural sweetening. Don't overdo it on the honey though. Sugar is sugar, you know. You don't want to spike your blood sugar no matter what. So, but anyway, yeah, that's what I say. If you're having a lot of stress, go buy sleepy time tea, go buy chamomile tea, and you know, just take it that route, right? There's no need for benzodiazepines when you can all naturally sedate your mind and sedate yourself, your body with chamomile tea. So that's about all I have to say. I know that this was kind of maybe a lightly long-winded video, and you know, at this point I've talked for almost 20 minutes, but hey, you know, real life. This is real life, and Xanax addiction. I hate it when people would say, "Oh, you're addicted to Xanax." Because no, you're not addicted to Xanax. You're trying to solve a problem, and that solving a problem creates another problem of dependency. So, is it an addiction? It's a bio, you know, it's like a life science dependency. It's a life science requirement, or else you get chest tightness, you get chest pain, you get short of breath and just like, ah. So, Xanax addiction, panic disorder, anxiety, it all sucks. It all sucks quite a lot. So, hopefully this video is of benefit to anyone that needs this video. Hopefully I've been able to offer some assistance, but yeah, if I could give anyone my lessons learned, it's if you're having extreme anxiety and panic, then maybe Xanax is like a quick silver bullet to try to blow that stuff away. But I will say you're having problems and then sedating yourself with benzos, whether it's Klonopin, Valium, or um, Xanax and alprazolam, whatever the hell you're taking, whatever benzo it is or anything similar to it, or an antidepressant, there's more natural ways to fix that stuff. St. John's wort can really trigger a lot of happiness, I find, although it can also give you skin sensitivity. So be careful if you try the St. John's wort route for treating depression. But St. John's wort, um, and chamomile tea, awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. In my opinion, if you need to, if you find that you're running deficient in certain vitamins, like in the summertime, vitamin D, a lot of people run short on that. They get the winter blues. Vitamin D can help that. Just search up natural ways to take supplements to fight to combat off seasonal mental issues, because there's definitely ways to more naturally get your stuff taken care of. And that's it. That's all that I've really got for you. Just know that, if you're dealing with something tough, if you're going through a battle, you're not alone. And that's just, at the end of the day, that's all that really matters.